Well, Dustin, what are sort of the emotions going into your last national tournament?
Excited, confident, I'd say at peace.
Does it feel at all different from years past?
Yeah, it does. I don't know. I feel like years past I had a little more anxiety or maybe a little bit more, not negative, but like excitement, like build up. This year I'm kind of just at peace. You know, I've trained, I've done everything I could, and confident I'm going to get the result that I want.
You sort of mentioned your training and stuff, but could you expand on like what brings you that peace?
Yeah, I'd say just last 5 years I've put in a lot of great quality work, and I've had a lot of great coaches in my time here at Oklahoma State, and you know the saying, the hay's in the barn. You know, I've done a lot of good work over the 5 years. Granted, every single day leading up to nationals, I'm still trying to get better, but yeah, it's been a great last several years to build up.
How hard is it not to? I mean, really, if you're a competitor, you want to look at that first match. You don't want to look at anything else. How hard is it not to look past that on a bracket?
I mean, it's difficult, of course, because there's matchups that I know personally that I really want to wrestle. I actually haven't looked at my bracket and probably won't for a while, because kind of is what you said.
That's a good way. That's a good way to avoid it.
Yeah, I just got to go wrestle the guy that's in front of me and beat the guy that's in front of me, so bracket really doesn't matter.
So you didn't watch the show last night or anything?
No, heck no.
Ah, dang,
Are you at
man.
least familiar with the seeding that you got?
I heard I got the 4th seed, yeah, so that's really all I
Do you have
know.
any reaction to that?
No, that was kind of about what I thought or figured, so yeah.
Dustin, how much do you know about your opponent, Mulhauser?
Do what?
Cole Mulhauser, your opponent, how much do you know about him?
Is that who I got first match?
Yeah, from Princeton.
Yeah.
Not
I
much
did.
then.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know that's who I had first match, so yeah.
How much will you know by the time you take the math?
Probably not a whole lot.
Okay.
I'm kind of
That's
more
the
focused.
best way for you to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of more focused on what I need to do to wrestle at my best and, you know, display all the skills that God's blessed me with. And I think if I start thinking too much about the other guy, who he is or what I have to do, you know, I'm kind of shutting down myself and shutting down the abilities that God's given me.
If you don't look at the future opponent, how much are you about reviewing what you just did and saying, watching tape and I
Yeah.
could have done that better and making you better?
Yeah, kind of the same emphasis on just being the best version of myself. So, of course, after matches and even during the match, I notice when things don't go my way or something happens like, oh, I need to work on this, I need to do this next week. And after every match, I do a debrief over what went well and what I need to work on. And so today, I got a couple things I need to work on from last weekend and really excited to do it.
How long have you and Luke actually known each other, and how cool is it that you're going to be, you know, half the country away, finishing up your careers together at the same national tournament?
Yeah, it's really cool. Me and Luke grew up competing against each other in Little League, and so, you know, we saw each other at Tuttle Open, Blanchard Open, you know, from the time we were little. 8th grade year when I moved to Tuttle, he kind of became my best friend there. And, you know, since then we trained together, been to school together. We got the same undergrads, we're in the same master's program, so we're roommates. So we spent a lot of time together. And so it's really been a lot of fun to have a great teammate and also a great partner in the classroom too. You know, we study together and do homeworks together, so it's really cool.
What's the best part about Luke Herbert, the roommate, and what's the worst part about Luke Herbert, the roommate?
Man, they might be 2 and 1. Luke is kind of a goofball, and so you never know what he's gonna say or do. So, one evening we were sitting in the living room watching TV, and Luke walks in, and he's just got on underwear and a single cowboy boot, and was acting completely normal. Hey, what's up, man? I was like, hey, what's up? And I turned around, I was like, what is going on? And then he walks out like, you know, like that was normal. So I wouldn't say that's a bad part, but, you know, keeps you on your toes for sure.
Dustin, how much do you remember about David's first day on the job and what he said to you guys?
I probably couldn't recall any specific things he said. I obviously know the things he said were very great and positive, because I remember being excited around that time, especially with, I don't want to say uncertainty, but I'd never met Coach Taylor until he got the job here. And so I do know what he was saying were all things that I believed in and thought would be good.
Can you take me through that experience with him taking you to Omaha and being his training partner and whatnot? What was that experience like?
It was really cool. I've never really got to be that involved with kind of a athlete of his caliber, kind of what their process looks like. And as someone who is striving to reach that level, you know, that was really cool to see what his you know, system is, so to speak, and where his thoughts are, what he's doing whenever he's not competing. And yeah, it was a really cool experience.
Talk about that system and those thoughts. Could you elaborate on that a little bit? Like what those look like?
Yeah, just kind of like, you know, what he's eating in between matches, what he's doing in between matches. You know, when he's needing to drill and get ready, what drills is he doing? What you know, what areas is he working on? Yeah, just all the aspects. You know, because you can watch. Obviously, we've all watched him wrestle, but to see everything else that goes into it.
If you could find a word to describe it, how would you describe it? Like, is it unique? Is it?
Yeah, I definitely say unique for sure.
If I remember correctly, I think you talked about nutrition being one of the things you felt like was different this
Yeah.
year. Was that in part inspired by watching his process and maybe going, oh, he's doing this, I can maybe take some of that and use it for myself?
Absolutely, yeah. I blame it on myself. I really hadn't done a whole lot of research on nutrition and what my body needs to get the most out of it. And he's someone who has gone through it and done it. And so asking him questions as far as what I should be eating, you know, diet concerns and what my body needs has been a tremendous help.
Have you felt yourself from a tactical or technique standpoint? How much have you felt yourself just change for the better under David?
A lot, yeah. I've learned a lot of new positions and really been learning a lot. But you know, I'm still Dustin Plott. My style is my style, and just picking up what I can from the new staff to incorporate into it has been a lot of fun.
You guys, I think, have been seated in the top 8. You win the Big 12s for the first time in a while. Just in terms of the program moving in the right direction, how have you kind of seen that over this past year, and honestly went back into last year a little bit?
Yeah, I'd say our team's been really close over the past couple of years. I'd say it's the closest. Last 2 years have been the closest group of guys that I've had in my time here at Oklahoma State. As far as, you know, we're buddies outside the room. We're going fishing, bowling, hanging out, doing things outside, and I think that really helps the overall culture. You know, and when your friends are going the extra mile with their diet and their work, and you're around them all the time and see that, it just, I think, brings everyone's level up.
One or two more.
When you find yourself matched up with the same guy so many times, does it become more of a chess match of anticipating what and then he's anticipating what you're like? How does it sort of evolve as you face a guy for the third, fourth, fifth time, would you say?
I'd say obviously like correcting mistakes from previous matchups, but the thing is, I'm probably alluding to Parker, right? You know, every time I wrestle Parker, he's going to be a different version of him, and I'm going to be a different version of me. And so to try to predict what he's going to do is, you know, probably impossible, because he's looking at areas he needs to work on. I'm looking at areas I need to work on. Obviously, some stuff carries over from match to match just because of who he is as a wrestler and who I am as a wrestler, but I don't really think it's too predictable thing.
How much has David been able to kind of simulate things that you haven't seen before from other guys?
A lot, yeah. You know, he's real funky, really good on top, a lot of scrambling stuff, and so I've never felt that competing against someone, and so this year it's been great. Definitely times he's got my butt whooped, but it's been neat.